He's stuck on himself.
He has an ego the size of Texas.
I'm confident.
But will he stick with his girlfriend?
There's a woman in the room. He got like a dog in heat.
After her buff blind date,
He's ripped.
states that she's stacked.
For lack of a better word, she has a tremendous rack.
And a new woman stokes his flames.
I looked back and saw him checking out my butt.
Will they stay loyal?
You are such a dog.
Or will they have a change of heart?
Welcome to Change of Heart. This is the show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. We're going to meet their dates later, but first, let's meet our couple. For 8 years now, they were the best of friends, helping each other through good times and bad. And then about 3 months ago, an unexpected late-night lip lock turned friendship into a courtship. Please welcome Shannon Finney and Scott Castanon. Now, you're here because you're not sure friends make the best love partners, I guess. Shannon, what's the biggest benefit of, going out with somebody that was first your friend?
Well, I've had a lot of rocky relationships, and trust and loyalty is a big thing with me, and Scott's always there when I need him.
So you got that. Good. And Scott, let me ask you, how does this relationship feel different than, some of the other ones that you've been in?
Well, I can tell you that we haven't had sex yet because, we want to have respect for the relationship. But I like to run my fingers through her hair, and I put my hands on her feet and rub her feet a little bit. Not because I'm trying to make play, just because I care about her.
Oh, okay. Now, Shannon, since you guys have been dating now, I guess, for the past 3 months, that's changed your relationship, I guess, in some ways?
Yeah, Scott's become a freeloader.
What?
Freeloader? What? What's that about?
I cook, I clean, I drive everywhere because he has no car. You're always broke.
Taxi service here.
No, not always broke. I definitely handle my share. I paid for the last time we went out to dinner.
Oh, excuse me, and you just quit your one job.
Okay, well, then that means you'll be picking up more checks along the way here, I guess. Now, Scott, do you guys do things differently now that you're dating?
No.
Like communication-wise, or things changed?
No, she still gossips with the best of them. This girl ought to be a gossip columnist.
You do not pay attention long enough to even know what I'm talking about.
Because I have to tune you out. I have to tune you out the majority of the time because you're like da-da-da-da.
This big.
No. You just
that
need
was
to get
his attention span you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't know about the other yet.
Shannon, you know Scott pretty well, I would imagine. What's his biggest flaw, would you say?
He has an ego the size of Texas.
Dude, that's pretty big.
I swear he must get up every morning and kiss himself in the mirror and say, "You are so good."
You want to explain what that's all about, Scott?
I'm confident. I don't have insecurities. Whatever they are, they're not that important. I got other things on my mind.
Okay, there's a difference between being confident and carrying yourself right and being egotistic and telling yourself how great you are all the time.
That's true. All right, Scott, now that the relationship is more hands-on, is there anything you would change about it?
Well, she definitely needs a makeover. Definitely.
Makeover?
Oh, yeah. The face, the hair, the little sun. She's a little pale. She's a little soft in the body. She definitely needs a little exercise. Definitely needs a little exercise.
All right, Shannon, now he's proved himself, you said, trustworthy when it comes to friendship and those kind of things. What about in the romantic department?
There's a woman in the room. Scott's like a dog in heat, begging to be stroked. We were at a company dinner, my company dinner, an award ceremony for me. And he's flirting with my coworker at the same table in front of me, and then gets nasty with her on the dance floor.
Okay. What she fails to realize is that, she knows we were dancing, we were having a great time, and Shannon's like, "Hey, come here," and I ran like a little puppy dog.
All right, Scott, let me ask you this. You said you haven't consummated the relationship, and it's been about 3 months now. Can I ask why?
Honestly, I don't really think she can fulfill my expectations. This girl and I have known each other for years, and so we've talked about, in graphic detail our sexual stories, but honestly, Shannon's like, I know she doesn't look like it, but she's like an S&M girl. We're talking handcuffs, we're talking like pulling of the hair. This girl's violent.
She comes out with a big leather mask, you're running the other way.
Oh, yeah.
Not even.
All right, Scott, at this point, let me ask you why you thought this was a good time to come on and date somebody else.
I love Shannon. I really do. I love her with all my heart. But I'm here because I just want to see if maybe we're in love, maybe not in love. I don't know. That's what we're here.
Is it love or in love? Right. Well, it seems obviously that Scott and Shannon have some problems to address here. Now, when we come back, we're going to meet the people that they dated, and we'll find out, are they going to stay together or will they have a change of heart? Stay with us. Change of heart. We are here with Scott and Shannon. Now, Shannon says that Scott needs to deflate his ego, inflate his wallet, and keep his paws off other women. So we matched her up with a former security consultant who's protected celebrities from out-of-control fans. He also swears that his billfold is bigger than his ego. Please welcome Carl Reichenbach. Hi, Carl. Good to see you. Scott, you know Shannon's pet peeves. What would she say about Carl's physical appearance?
Well, you know, I'd say she'd give him a 6. Of course, I'm a 10, so...
Oh, you're a 10 and he's a 6.
Sure. I think the 6 she was referring to is my 6-pack, not you.
All right, Shannon, what do you and Carl, if anything, have in common?
Well, we're both raising sons alone, and we're both actually born within the same week of our kids, and we're both Libras.
So that's a compatible sign, I guess.
Yes, very.
Carl, do you remember what went through your mind the first time you saw Shannon?
Actually, yeah, I think there was about 2 things that really caught me right off track. Is the fact that number one, she has a very warm and inviting smile. I tell her kind of reminds me of Gina Davis. She doesn't think so. I don't know. What do you think, guys?
A little Gina Davis.
Gina Davis.
Okay.
I think the second thing that really struck me too is the fact that Chris, for lack of a better word, she has a tremendous rack.
Yeah, she does. She's got it.
Oh, at least we're in agreement on that thing.
Yes.
Shannon, since Carl noticed something physically about you, did you notice anything about him?
Yeah, he's ripped. His t-shirt was so tight that I could see the muscles in his stomach, and when he gave me a big hug, he just swallowed me up.
You could feel that, huh? Now,
I got a 6-pack.
well,
No, you got a case. You got a case in there.
It's on the car. I'll still drink it right now.
I was just looking over at the shirt. I wanted to make sure. I don't know. Now, Shannon, you both have sons, you said. Did you guys have an occasion to meet each other's kids?
He actually met my son, and my son loved him. He wanted to show Carl his room, and Carl just picked him up, tossed him over his shoulders, and went running upstairs with him. And, you know, he really got down on my son's level. And
So they hit it off right away.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things Shannon was complaining about, she has to drive everywhere. Do you think women should have to drive on the dates?
Absolutely not. I mean, I come from the old school. I'm a very old-fashioned person. And,
You can tell by the clothes.
okay, Rico. Anyway,
Rico was.
I found it, Chris, kind of funny though. On the way to we were heading on our way to the beach, and Shannon actually went for the driver's door. I found it kind of interesting, and I said, "No, Shannon, actually, I can drive."
Like force of habit.
She's not used to it, yeah. So
Shannon, I'm glad you enjoyed that relief anyway, not having to drive. What about the conversation? Was that stimulating?
Yeah, we had a great conversation. We sat for 2 hours at lunchtime and talked, and he indicated that he was into massage, and I gladly volunteered to be a client.
Well, you volunteered?
Yeah, to be a client.
And Scott, would that be okay if Carl was giving her a massage?
Well, hell no, can't have it.
Okay. Now, so Carl, you're both single parents. Were you sharing advice, tips about parenting?
I tell you, that occupied most of our conversation, and the fact that she's been through a lot. She's raised her son for 5 years, beautiful young boy, and I've just been recently become a single parent. So yes, I'm very in admiration of everything she really has done in her life.
Well, that's good then. Now, Shannon, you were bagging on Scott earlier for being a dog around women. Was Carl the same way when other women were around?
Oh, complete opposite. We went to the beach, and there were tons of half-naked women running around, and he only had eyes for me, so that was really nice.
Must be gay.
What was that, Scott?
Must be gay.
If Scott, no, because if Scott was there, he'd be constantly jabbing me. Look at her, look at her, look at her. Gosh, she's great. Look at her.
Well, let me ask Carl. Now, be honest. Since you were there and there were all these scantily clothed women, did some of them catch your eye, or?
No, I'm not gay, first of all. Second of all, you know, Shannon really, unfortunately, you know, Scott, some people are really interested in stimulating conversation, and some of us can really hold on to that. So, yeah, we were definitely just connected the whole day.
So you were fine with that?
Yeah.
Now, Carl, there you guys were hanging out. Anything unusual happen, or did you do anything?
Well, funny enough, in talking to Shannon, we had so much in common that she said she had had her tarot cards read before. And when we were down in Venice having lunch, there was a lady who was reading tarot cards. And funny enough, we sat down and she convinced me to do it. And it was really interesting, kind of eerie, the fact that a lot of things the lady said were very true.
Little psychic reading. Shannon, what was in the cards for you?
Well, actually,
Not Carl.
Oh, no, actually.
she said there was going to be a significant man in my life in the future, and the more she talked, the less I thought it was Scott.
Okay. Shannon, one of the things you said about Scott was that he's got a pretty big ego. What about Carl's?
Oh, no, not even. We're in the car, and, Scott's always looking in the vanity mirror, telling himself how great he looks. And, Carl, really wasn't into tooting his own horn.
I mean,
really,
you guys want to hang out with insecure people? No.
All right, Scott, let me ask you, Mr. Vanity there. Who do you think's better looking, you or Carl?
Definitely me.
And Shannon, it's obviously more important what you think, so...
Carl has a more mature look, and he's, better built, and he's,
All right, she's trying to let you down easy, I guess. So, Carl, there you are. The date's about to end. Did it end in a nice way?
Yes, it did. I think it ended kind of abruptly, though. Like I said, we're both single parents, and her son had to go to school the next day. She had to get the babysitter home, so real life kind of kicked in. And I promised her a massage, and Shannon, there's definitely a rain check in there for you. So.
And Shannon, how does that offer sound right now?
I think I have time after the show.
Oh, really? A little time after the show. Well, we'll see what happens. Was there astrological compatibility and the promise of a great massage enough to give Shannon a change of heart? We're going to find out later. But next, we get to meet the woman that Scott dated, and we'll hear all about what happened on their date next. So stay here. Welcome back. We just heard what happened on Shannon's date with Carl, and now we get to meet the woman that Scott dated. Scott says that Shannon needs a makeover. Yeah. Bores him with her gossip, and will probably bore him between the sheets. So we hooked him up with a tight-lipped woman who never disappoints. Please welcome Raina Thorson. Hi, Raina. Welcome. You know Scott? Shannon, let me ask you, is there anything about Raina that you think maybe could use a little makeover?
Exactly how would you define that color?
All right, Scott.
Get it out of your box.
But hey, mine may come out of a bottle, but at least we know what color it is.
Scott, did Raina describe herself before you guys actually got the hookup?
Yeah, she did. She told me she was born sexy, and that was kind of cool because, she has an ego like mine,
Oh, God.
So right away you guys are clicking, right?
Oh, yeah, we were hitting it off quite well, so...
Keep her.
But I wanted to see, if, maybe she could live up to it. I wanted to make sure she could back it up.
Big expectations there, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
And Raina, did you get some idea of what Scott might look like based on his conversation?
Well, I thought he might look like a gorilla.
Like a gorilla? Why is that?
Pretty accurate.
Well, he described himself as being burly and dark, and
Dark and burly.
I pictured hair everywhere, and I asked him if he had a hairy chest, and he said he shaves it.
Yeah.
Nice and trim. Now, Scott, one problem is that if you don't have a car, there's no way you're driving around on the date. Did you ask her to come get you?
No, definitely. I figured if I was going to take her out that I should drive, so I arranged for us to go out, and I was going to drive. So while we were talking and we were organizing the date, I was going to come pick her up and everything. I got a phone call from the friend that I was going to borrow the car from. She's like, "You can't borrow my car. I just totaled it." So I was like, "Oh."
There goes Plan B.
Yeah.
So then what?
We figured we'd make lemonade out of lemons, and we decided to meet at Universal Studios, and so we could spend the day together and not have to go all over the place. So.
All right. So if you were going to meet there, that's a pretty busy place. How were you going to find her in the crowd?
Well, we were going to arrange to meet in front of the Hard Rock Cafe, so I went a little early, and I sat in the deli because I wanted to see what she looked like. If she was, she was ugly, I was going to bail. So.
You are such a dog! dog.
Shannon, does that sound like typical?
This is typical. He's already talked to her, knows what a type of girl she is, and it's all about looks. It's all about looks. You are such a dog.
So what happened? And there you are scoping all these women out.
So I was waiting for somebody to show up similar like that, and this girl starts walking by, and by the phone description, she looked like it. You know, she was walking like she was all that. She had long hair. She had, you know, she had the jeans on, and as she kept on walking, I realized this girl had the biggest butt I'd ever seen in my life. And I was like, oh man, no, that's not her. But sure enough, she kept walking by,
You're
so
like,
I was really good. I was,
Yeah.
and sure enough, Raina shows up a couple minutes later, and she looked good.
Then you were okay, finally. So you guys obviously hooked up. You didn't ditch her. Did you think there was any need for a makeover here?
Oh, definitely not. When I saw her body was like, pow. I was like, yeah, buddy. Oh man, her eyes were just totally exotic, and
And Raina, when he met you, was there anything special about the greeting?
Oh, he had flowers. I thought it was really
Nice touch. Shannon said earlier that Scott could be a dog when he's out in public checking out all the other women. Was he like that with you?
sweet. Yeah, he moves fast.
In what way?
Well, we got on the tram and he had me go on first, which was supposed to be kind of gentlemanlike, but I looked back and saw him checking out my butt.
You're checking out my butt?
Taking a look, okay.
And we got on there.
You're a dog.
We sat down, he put his arm around me really fast, and within like 10 minutes he had his arm on my leg. And
Boom.
he was very friendly.
Scott, any other action at the park there?
well, we were on the Back to the Future ride, you know, and I was holding her hand, and you know, we were kind of doing a little thing. I was feeling really giddy, you know, the ride's moving around, and all I wanted to do was all I wanted to do was suck on her neck, man.
You're a wimp.
And Raina, did you have a favorite ride at the park while you guys were spending the day there?
Actually, I like the escalator.
The escalator?
Yes.
Leaving.
Well, how do you, I don't think they were leaving, but how do you figure the escalator?
He was kind of cold from the last ride that we had gone on, so he nuzzled up to me and put his head in my pillows and just...
Excuse me?
His head on your pillow. Scott, you said Shannon sometimes a little boring when the conversation. Was Raina at all boring?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. We were on the Jurassic Park ride, and we got soaking wet, and I'm like totally pissed off, right? And she looks at me with these little gorgeous eyes, and she says, well, at least you can't say you didn't get me wet on the first date. Yeah, buddy.
That's actually a pretty good line. Scott, you were concerned as Shannon that you wouldn't be able to have your sexual expectations fulfilled in the bedroom. Do you think that way with Raina?
When I see Raina, I think of the Red Shoe Diaries. This girl is just exotic, so erotic. Oh, I mean, you can almost look at her and just hear the saxophone music playing. Oh, this girl is just, oh yeah.
Raina, did you guys have a sexy goodbye?
Well, not really. It was kind of awkward. Oh. We hugged for a while, but there was no kiss.
Just an
I
extended
make
hug.
it a rule never to kiss on the first date. The last time I did that, I had a date that lasted about 2 years.
Oh, really? So you were a little concerned it might go that way.
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to be a gentleman.
You know, for a burly guy, you
For
did
the first
okay, I
time in
think.
your life.
All right, will Scott and Shannon have a change of heart? That's the last question, and during the break, they're going to make their decisions. We're going to find out what they decided when we come back, so stay here. Now's the moment of truth, because during the break, Scott and Shannon each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together, or have they had a change of heart? Now, you guys have been friends for 8 years, been dating now for the past few months, and you know you love each other, but didn't know really for sure if you're in love, and that's what we were trying to find out. Shannon, you said you wanted to date somebody that wasn't a dog around women, somebody that wasn't going to take advantage of you, and somebody less egocentric, as Scott happens to be. So we hooked you up with Carl. You guys had a great date. You loved his body, good conversation. You have a lot in common with the kids, that kind of thing. And you did take a rain check on that massage. So it is your decision. Is it stay together or a change of heart?
Well, I've had a really good time, and Scott may be a dog, but he's my dog.
Stay together. Yeah. Carl, sorry things didn't work out for you.
That's quite all right. The rain check is definitely still in order, though, if it's...
You can always take that rain check, I guess.
Yes.
All right, Scott, we're coming to you, dude. Now, you said you didn't want somebody that was going to be boring you with gossip. Maybe somebody that was a little darker complected, more fit. Somebody that wasn't going to be disappointing in the bedroom, as you expected Shannon might be. So we hooked you up with Raina. You guys had a good time. You went to the park. You rode some rides. You used her pillows. It was a good time. But Shannon does want to stay with you. It's your decision, though. What do you say?
Shannon is my best friend, but I'm gonna have a change of heart.
Change of heart.
I want to see where this goes.
Scott, tell us why that is. What made you come to that conclusion?
I love Shannon. I do. I really do. But I really want to see where this goes because I mean, she's hot.
And Raina, is that okay with you?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, well, very good. Congratulations then. And you know you guys came on here to see if you were in love. Obviously, he's not feeling that way, so hopefully you can still be really good friends, if that's possible, and you can still collect on your rain check now. So that may work out for everybody. That's our show for today. Thank you very much. Good luck to Scott and Raina. And also thanks to Shannon and Carl. We'll see you next time here on Change of